Welcome everyone. Today I have something very urgent, very concerning and important we want to talk about in Path of Exile 2. You can see I have written some notes about warning about the current ongoing hacking waves and also account stolen with POE 2. You can see that just recently Snowbabes over here, one of the popular YouTube content creators and also a lot of streamers have been hacked. This is not joke and this is not made up. A lot of people on Reddit have reported they have been hacked using different overlays, and there are multiple ways you can be hacked, and some things you won't even imagine. Players or hackers are actually baiting you with cheaper items, and once you trade or even if you cancel the trade, they will hack you after. A friend of mine lost 150 divine, a headhunter, and he quit the game after. This is quite crazy and very concerning. So I really want to make this collection of video to warn you guys to stay safe, how to stay safe, what is risking and what are the ways people are getting hacked, how you can avoid this, and how do you avoid potential baits. Because people or hackers are making ranger characters to scam you with this icon. Yes, you have to be careful of this. And there's ways they can get you. And I really need to warn you guys because a few of my friends have been hacked and they have stopped playing. Because it is devastating and I do feel really bad for your Snowbabes over here. I'll show you guys the video. It is sad. Look at his account. Like, you don't want this happen to anyone. We played this account and look at this. I just farmed all those currencies. I was pretty happy, and then my friend told me they're hacked. I was trying to give them some currency. I was trying to help them, but they just not playing anymore because after 2 weeks, over 200 hours, no one wanted this happen, right? So let's have a look at this video and let me explain everything to you guys. So firstly, if you guys haven't heard, you can see the Reddit posts, you can see on YouTube, a lot of popular content creators, streamers, average players have been hacked. And this is not a this is not a single occurrence. This is a wave of hackers that is targeting Path of Exile 2 accounts, especially content creators and streamers. Oh boy, I feel very scared. I even changed my password before this video as well. So this is a common thing that is happening. So what is something that common for players who has been hacked? Now, do keep in mind, those can be a coincidence, but I try to list them now, asking everyone and checking on the internet. One of the biggest things you have to be careful is players are using third-party price checking softwares. So what do I mean by that? Let me try to find the item. Maybe I'll use a cheaper item. So now let's try to find an item. So if you use a price checking software, and you can see I'm using a price checking software with Overwolf. Once you search this, it will show you the price. But this also will suggest you to log in. So now players are scared. Even Overwolf, which I thought initially was trustworthy and very popular, should be safe. Players are saying any third-party overlay, if you ask to log in, try to not log in into any third party. Now, I am scared to click this button and log in anymore. See, if I click this, it will ask me to log in. I'm only using the price checkers like this. I'm not clicking, I'm not logging in, and I'm not doing anything. So yes, the first warning and also the most important thing is be careful with any price checkers that ask you to log in with your password and also email or any account information. And if you have used any of those overlays, I would recommend you consider reinstalling an overlay, changing your password, and doing this just to be safe, guys. Now, how you want to change your password is you can come over to the official accounts, and then once you go to the official accounts, you go to my account, and then you go to the password management, and this is when you can change your emails and also change your password. I have changed my emails and also passwords, and I am no longer using my passwords in any third-party software, whether it's Overwolf, which is quite popular, or anything that's related that is made on GitHub. Try to not use that. Now, the second thing is, I do believe there's no two-factor variation with Path of Exile 2 yet. So you can see people are saying, how come there's no two-factor variation, right? And things are getting bad. So one way to get two-factor variation is through Steam. And you can get Steam Guard, you can get, variations and also message sent to your phone. So players who are not logged into Steam that uses the client directly is potentially more risky. So what that means is I am currently logging into the game through Steam, and you can see over here. But players who have downloaded the game directly with a launcher or just the game directly from the PC or any site can be potentially risky. So I do recommend, guys, logging through Steam if you can, or any platform that makes things a little safer. Now over here are some common things that you might laugh at it, but sometimes we forget about it. So here's another common thing that players are getting hacked with, is that if you haven't changed your password or email for a while with multiple games, and if you're using the same thing, one of your account gets compromised, then this might link back to Path of Exile 2. Of course, if you're visiting funny sites or like sites you don't know about, if you're clicking links on emails or answering scam calls, this can also affect your whole password integrity. Finally, players who actually do real money trading with buying divines or items from third-party people or website is at risk. You may be saying, hey Matt, it's very common, people do this in Path of Exile 1 all the time. People do this in Path of Exile 2. I never do IMT, guys, and I don't recommend doing it. I try to earn my currency the slow, and also I like to trade. Because if I do IMT, all the trading I spend for hours getting those amount of currencies will feel terrible. And I could just go to McDonald's and work there and just make more divines than I can do in trading in the games, right? So I don't want to lose my enjoyment in the game, so I never do IMT, and it's also bannable, and it puts you at risk. So here is how you can be put at risk. Sometimes scammers will actually do IMT for a cheaper price. Sometimes scammers will sell an item, an Uber item, or very expensive item for a cheaper price. And if you are searching for items, sometimes they can list it for super cheap. Of course, sometimes they're price fixing. Like this one, you try to buy it and it's 78% roll 1 divine, and while the other ones are selling for like 30 divine. So something like this, you have to be a little careful now. It's just not a bargain. It's not only the price fixing. Sometimes they'll actually trade you. And this is what happened to my friend. He had over 200 divine on his account because he was dead-eye. He farmed the headhunter really early, then he just went napping non-stop. So when you actually trade with those cheaper things, let's see if he, of course he's not going to invite me, right? So when you trade with people, if you think you're getting a bargain, maybe they are trying to target you. And once you actually go through the trade and show them you have the divines, the other party might cancel the trade. That happened to my friend. And now that they know they can target your account, they will try ways of getting to you. I'm not sure how exactly they do it. And even if this is possible because you're in the same party, maybe there's a way to get connected to you because they come to your zone and knows your server and everything. So this happened to my friend. He was in a trade, the trade didn't go through, he didn't buy the crazy good item for 150 divine, and he had a headhunter on him. A few hours later, he was outside, he got a message say this cross region or cross IP login. He tried to deny it, and he got the email, then he got home, he logged in, everything's gone. Headhunter, divine, all the currency is gone. He doesn't know what has happened, but this is what he told me, and this is very scary. So he did quit after. I tried to send him some currencies and items. As you can see, it did not work, and he's just over it. And this is terrible. And I do feel bad for all the people who has been hacked, and it's just not a good experience. So now, after this, you might be thinking, what else can I do? Well, in order for hackers to trade you or scammers to trade you, they will actually play a ranger character. So ranger character, this icon, so notice those are the ascendancy class. The ranger characters are supposed to be the one that can hit level to the trading level the fastest. Now I forgot exactly the trading level barriers. If you guys didn't know, it is around 20 to level 25, then you can start trading with other players. So hackers and scammers need to get to this level before they can trade. And what that means is they will always try to have an icon that gives them the fastest time to get this account to that level. And this icon, when you're in the party, you see this icon, this ranger icon is associated in Path of Exile 1, Path of Exile 2. This is a big red flag if they come with this icon, because this is an unascended class with a ranger character that is trying to buy items or sell items for over hundreds of divine. That's pretty suspicious, right? Now on top of that, any non-ascendancy character icons, you should be careful. You can check the icons over here. You can see this warrior icon, this sorceress icon. Sorceress icon is popular too. So sorcerers and also rangers, you got to be careful of that. I don't think anyone do monk. Maybe some people do mercenary. So any of the unascended icons that joins your party that tries to trade you big, you have to avoid, or you have to be extra careful. Now similarly, because they're level 20 to 25, they cannot join your hideout. Usually how players trade is, they would join the seller's hideout, but they can't TP to you to hideout, so they get you to TP to them in a lower zone. That's another red flag. So things like those, not only they can be hackers, they can be scammers. So here I'm trying to warn you guys on both hackers and also scammers. Finally, one big thing scammers do is that instead of going through with a trade which you're supposed to get, like, say, like, they're supposed to give you how much. So one of the things they will do is they will give you an item, and the item is definitely not the right one. But while you're giving them the currency, let's say if this item is 100 exalt, while I'm giving the exalt to like 60, they will actually put the item in and click accept. Try to bait you to click quicker, thinking you can buy the item for 60. So they're using your greediness against you, because you're supposed to put 100, right? But if the other person clicks accept when it's 60, what's going to happen is you're like, oh, let me grab this item. It's so cheap. I'm stealing item from him. But turns out this is the wrong item, because they try to force you to do a rush buy without checking the item. So yes, this is more towards scamming, but you should also be careful about this. So hopefully this helps you guys to be a little careful, and everything related I just mentioned, I'll have the links available for you guys in the links below. And before I finish, again, thank you for everyone that has been supporting me, and I'll continuously to make more guides and also news update related to Path of Exile 2. This is quite important, so if you guys come across any scammers, any hackers, please send a message in the comments below. And I don't usually ask you to share videos, but this one could be important to share with your friends, your guild members, or people who plays Path of Exile 2. So yes, please stay safe, guys, and I don't want any of you to experience what my friend experienced. Yes, this is really, really terrible, and I wish there's a way GGG can revert this back. And do you know there's a way they can check the trading histories, and maybe they can backtrack it, but it's very, very extreme, because the hackers will use dummy accounts, they will dodge that account and have another account. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments as well. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so, because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on the official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.